Magdalene today with us. And Magdalene, in two sentences, what was your business idea and how does it help the world?
Hey Robert, thank you for having me. So I help founders and coaches to become the obvious choice in their industry, and this helps them to generate revenue and build impact through their work and through content strategy.
And you're mainly working this on LinkedIn or do you use other platforms too?
So I mainly started on LinkedIn, and as I was getting more clients, other clients were like, "Can you do this for me on Instagram? Can you do the same for me on Facebook?" But I have a cap for LinkedIn and Instagram, so I don't go beyond that for now. Yeah.
Mhm. And when was the moment when you went from this idea in your mind to that click, okay, let's make it real, let's make business out of it? Was that a moment, a person? What was the trigger?
So my trigger was like I have shared again on my LinkedIn and on my Instagram. I was working in a 9 to 5 where I was doing news writing and I was taking care of 4 blogs. Then I was added another task, which was social media management.
Mhm.
And that's when I started learning about social media management and having a background of writing blogs, articles, academic writing 5 years prior. I just added up the skills and learned about social media. So when I started bringing traffic now from the social media to the websites, and I saw it was working so well, I was like, I think there's something here. I think so many people and so many business people, founders and coaches can benefit from this because most people don't take content seriously.
Mhm.
But at that place in my job, I saw how much it drove traffic to the website, and that was the main trigger. And it's what made me to also start my own personal brand because in my searching and in my learning, I found out that company pages don't thrive as much as personal brands. So I started working now on my own, and it started like I started getting inquiries on my own page, now leading to the company. And I was like, I think there's something here. So I just dug deeper and deeper and deeper. And 1 year into the job, I was like, I feel like I'm ready to go help other people now with my own results and the results of that company, and now with my writing background. So, yeah, that's how it all started.
Great. And what were some biggest challenges when when you started the business?
So, of course, the biggest challenge was to getting my first client, and also knowing how to price because now I had been like employed, but now I was now going to start as a solopreneur, and I didn't know how to price myself. Like, is this too much? Is this below? And when I started talking to contractors like I do, some were telling me like you should charge $1,000. Some were like no, charge $500. So the pricing was really bad at first. Yeah.
And how does it look to work with you? How, if I wanted to work with you, how do we start? How much engagement from my side would be necessary? And what is the investment? And how does it work?
So first we hop on a call, and it's a 30 minutes fit call
Mhm.
because I discovered just letting people in without understanding what their problem is, that really makes you hop on 101 calls and you won't make any sale. So we first figure out where is the issue. Then I have like for no 3 different offers. So if you need only strategy and you will do the rest of the work for yourself, and the rest of the work, I mean, you will do your own content, you have your own strategy, and you can post for yourself and do the engagement and the designs. I will only take you through the strategy call, which is around $100 to $150 only. And the next tier is now doing your whole LinkedIn management, meaning engagement, content, and also design, and also outreach and growing the followers and what have you. Then that is around $400 to $500. Then the other tier that I recently included after now working on my own brand and my client's brand and expanding in the distribution phase is where we not only focus on one platform, but we focus on the platforms which your ideal clients are there. E.g., if you're producing a YouTube video, I am able to repurpose what you've already produced. Then we can put it on either LinkedIn, Instagram, and TikTok as shorts and captions, and it is edited like for the platform.
Mhm.
Then you also get a bonus of the engagement. So that is my highest tier, which is around $1,000+. Yeah.
Mhm. Excellent. So, what surprised you the most on this entrepreneurial journey? You said you're 1 year in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it
Uh,
the way that you expected to be?
so I think I expected that everything would just open up like from the start, and like clients will start flowing in and I'll start making all the money in the world. But no, it doesn't work like that. It's just like any other business.
Mhm.
So there are quarters, like the quarters of the year where you have you are earning very high, then the next quarter you are earning very low. Like
Mhm.
it's just like a typical business, and knowing those seasons and knowing the seasons which your clients are in, because sometimes your client will be off for a vacation and they won't be needing you at that time, then they will come back another time, so you need to be adaptive very quickly,
Mhm.
and don't just depend on one client or like you not showing up, because I think so many people make the mistake of when you get maybe your 3 clients, you stop posting on your personal brand. But one thing I've really learned is that you cannot stop pushing your personal brand, because that is your business, that is what is making you be seen each
Mhm.
and every day, and that is what has really helped me. Even when clients have built out, I still get others because I am still on, and I'm still building my personal brand.
Mhm. So you are
Yeah.
basically doing the same job for you as you're doing for your clients. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
making them visible. Yeah.
Yeah. And the best thing about that is I am my own first case study. No, before even I show you like the
Mhm.
clients I've worked with, I have like the whole list, but you can see it from the work that I do. So that gives me more trust to my
Mhm.
clients.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Uh, did you have any advisor? Was there uh, some good advice that you received from somebody for your business,
Um, so some good advice.
or
The
some bad?
one that
They're both valuable.
so I think the worst advice is just hop online and start posting without a strategy. That was
Mhm.
the worst advice, because people just come and show up and copy paste that text from ChatGPT and post it. It doesn't have emotions, it doesn't have your point of view, it just has insights, and you're just telling people what to do. I think that's the worst advice that I had when I was starting out. but the best advice was around consistency. It's I don't know who said it. Fear. You should fear a guy. Okay, don't fear a guy who does 1,000 things one time. Fear a guy who does one thing 1,000 times.
Mm,
That is all about consistency, and I can see it in my own journey. Like it's through being consistent that I have come to even talk with guys like you, build a community with people who are far away from where I live, work with clients from Atlanta, Arizona, like people I don't know if I'll ever meet someday, but it's
mhm,
through that consistency. Then
mhm.
one last advice is it's from Layla. She says you should forego the moods and follow the plan. Like it's something I have like always consistently because sometimes you don't feel like you want to show up. There are
Yeah.
days I don't feel like posting. There are days I don't feel like talking to anyone or DMing people. But when you remember that you need to follow the plan
Yeah.
and leave your mood out of it, you keep going. Yeah.
Excellent. I think it was Bruce Lee that said, "The man who who knows 1,000 kicks, but
Oh, right.
it's really good. Who knows just one kick." And I have the similar advice that was really good, really stick with me. It was, your first 100 videos will suck, meaning
Yeah, yeah,
that you have to repeat and repeat and repeat, and you'll get better and better. So. Uh,
yeah, yeah. Consistency is truly key for real.
yeah. Mohammed, hello. Thank you for your comment. Would you do something different if you would start again?
I think the only thing I do differently is to start earlier. Like because before before I showed up, I was like, what should I even post about? I'm not even talented like all these other people. I am not Lara. I am not Jasmine. Why would people care about me? But that's whole because I started on LinkedIn 2020, then I logged off, then I came back now seriously about 2023 December, yeah, or 2024 around there.
Mhm.
Like I had I had done so much work like writing. I have a good background of writing, but I still had the imposter syndrome. So I think the one thing I will have wished is to start earlier. Yeah.
Okay. And so, would your advice be for other people, from your experience, that they just start and don't think about, I'm not good enough. I will figure out how I will get better, and I will get clients, and I will be noticed, and things like that.
Yeah, yes, because it's in the doing that we learn. It's
Mhm.
because I kept showing up. I got into contact with my clients, with my peers, with the community that I have, with every person we engage with daily. It's because I showed up. But if I didn't show up, I wouldn't be here even talking to you.
Yeah.
It's only because I showed up. That's why all these things are coming. And yes, you learn along the way. There's maybe something I say today that I will go back to this live and look at it and be like, next time I will not say this. But you see, it's all because I showed up. Yeah.
Absolutely. You made a post about this, how uh, you are not wired like this, or or thing, something like that. And I said, I was the same guy. I was awfully introverted. I thought it was, I was really introverted, but I started to reach out to people because I want to learn new people and new things, and it somehow become comfortable. What at the beginning was I was praying that the other person wouldn't pick up or appear on the Zoom, and I was thinking, well, why do I have to do that? But I take it as the challenge, and now I'm enjoying it, and I think it's great. We have to be more like children. They are aware of that they are not good with something, but they don't care. They
Yeah,
try and they try and they try, and we as the children tried. Otherwise, we would all still be crawling.
yeah. I totally agree, and I think that has been a win for me like this year because I have been like in talks with so many people. We were actually talking with my friend Mohammed, and we were saying like how much working online has made us now more introverted, but us reaching out to each other, like you talking and knowing other people, other creators, knowing how their life is going about, will really open you up to a bigger space and a better space. Yeah.
So, how does LinkedIn appear to you? Because the last time one of my colleagues said that it is the most fake social platform because everybody's praising others. And what do you think about that?
All right. I am not a fan of negative energy, so I wouldn't support it. But partly what your partner was saying is true because most people are just using ChatGPT to either comment or do their post. Like you don't feel the humanity in them. And like platforms like TikTok, someone will just go and shoot a video as raw as they are and they won't even edit it and they'll tell you a story or something like that. But I also believe that there is a side of a side which I've seen myself. It's from genuine people, like the collabs I've been doing with mostly graphic designers. Like we have like a genuine relationship, even though we don't hop on a call. You can feel that we just didn't do that collaboration for like for likes or for impressions, but there's something we're really driving to and there's a real connection between me and them. So I think it matters who is your circle. And as Jasmine says, like, and even Gary Vee, we're the ones who can curate our feed. So if your feed is filled of negative or fake comments, fake posts, you are the problem because you've curated your feeds to be like that. But the other side is also true. You just curate your feed to be better and positive. It will be also true for you.
But I also think that a lot of people see themselves in the other person, and that's why they see the struggle, and that's why they usually don't give bad comments or things like that. Like if you are looking at Facebook or I wouldn't even mention X.
Yeah,
Former Twitter, that's crazy, but I think that's really a great uh, platform for collaboration. And
yeah,
I like people like you because when I reach out and they say, "Would you be a guest on my podcast?" and you said yes in a moment, and I liked this energy and this attitude.
yeah,
Because that's what you were talking about at the beginning. Just go for it and show up. uh, and
yeah.
it's so easy. Okay, I have another guest who is virtual assistant from Slovenia here a few weeks ago, and she said that the first post she was postponing it, the first post on LinkedIn for weeks before she she managed
Wow.
the courage to press
Yeah,
publish, and then from then it goes just up. And that's why I like
yeah.
people like you that are helping others get visibility and do it the right way. uh,
Yeah.
so can
Thank
you
you.
give us some ins- uh, insights. How do you do that? Some thought process, so it might help other people how to do that.
How to do what exactly?
Posting, how to do the strategy, how to not go into the like you said, the wrong approaches, to be without the strategy, to just post something, but you have
Yeah,
to
yeah.
be strategic in what you're doing.
Yeah, I understand
Really,
now. So
I don't know, I don't want all your secrets
yeah,
professional.
I think the main one that I can give like at a surface level is have clarity first. Like know your who, your why, and what. Then after you know like who you're coming to help online, why them, like which problem are you solving, and why should they choose you.
Mhm,
And that's why should they choose you is the main factor because that's your point of view. Because I I assume that there are so many people who are doing the same thing I'm doing. There are so many content strategists, but why should my client choose me? It's because I do this and this and this that is exceptional from every other person, or because I have a background of doing the same thing, or they can see my personal brand and they can evidently see that it's working for me, so it will also work for them.
mhm,
And also your testimonials, your stories, and how you intertwine, how you solve the problems that you're solving with stories, because that's something that people really are not using so much. Like you're not telling your own story, you just want to copy paste the
mhm,
templates and the frameworks that everyone is using, but people don't really think and be like, why do people copy paste like a whole framework or a whole post from Jasmine, and it still doesn't work for them like it worked for Jasmine? It's because there's something deeper, like there's work that has been done behind the scenes before it showed up like that. But people just want to just take something and just apply it and post and pray that it will work. No, it doesn't work like that. There are a lot of things that go behind it. Yeah, and the main things are if you're clear, if you're clear about your who, why, and what, and you make it clear in your profile, in your bio, no, in your profile, your bio, and your about,
mhm,
then you have like three pillars that you will consistently talk about.
mhm,
Then you can also divide them, like you can say there's a post I shared. It was a carousel of how you should be dividing your post. If you're posting like 5 times a day, you can have 2 stories in a week, then one teaching post which will mostly be pointed to your clients and your ICP. Then personally, I included like another post for reaching out like now to people who are like me. So it all depends on your goals too. If your goal right now or for this quarter is clients, you need to have a strategy that aligns with that goal. If your goal is to grow the followers, you need to have a strategy that aligns to getting to those followers that you need. If your goal is to get more speaking engagements or hopping on podcasts and lives, you need to put yourself out there. Like that's something I'm doing right now, and you came at the right time, and I'm still doing some lives on Substack. So you need to have a strategy that is working towards your own goal.
mhm.
Yeah.
So when you're writing a post, are you writing on paper or just on a computer?
No, I normally write it on my computer. I use Notion.
Mhm,
And sometimes when I'm just like coming up with ideas, like crazy ideas, or like reflecting back on which story can I use here, what can I see here, what happened over the weekend that I can input, I normally write it down on paper. Like pen and paper really works magic.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me too. Yeah, absolutely. And what about the use of artificial intelligence?
Yeah, I think that's something we should all normalize to integrate in our work.
Mhm.
But where the biggest issue is that people are just using it to think for themselves. It should be the other way around. Like I come with an idea,
Mhm.
then I feed it to the AI. Then AI is just a refiner. It's just telling you this idea is good, but you can add this or this is another unique angle. Like people are just waiting for it to think for you, and that is the worst problem because there is like I don't think anything can defeat our human intelligence, but if you combine the human intelligence with the AI intelligence, it becomes something very great.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Uh, Hello, Beatrice. She's saying she's dropping some games here.
Thank you, Beatrice.
Uh, okay, we are almost at the end. Would you give us some final thoughts?
So, all right, let me start with anyone who is in a 9 to 5 like I was, because I really try to reach to them, but I don't always like have a chance to like talk to them directly. So I would just tell them I passed through this whole scenario of being in a 9 to 5 and being in a workplace where you felt like if you started your own personal brand, it will be a threat to your company. And I would just love to tell you it's not a threat to your company. You're just doing yourself some, you're just building your your legacy, you're just building something on the side of for your own, because these things are not like the 9 to 5 is not reliable right now. Like we are seeing layoffs left, right, and center. So what happens when you're laid off? What happens when you're replaced with AI? Like that's something people should really think about. You should be building something outside your 9 to 5. Then anyone who is starting out online, I will just say I will just tell you to just start, but have those three things that I've talked about prior. Like go right with pen and paper, just know why you're coming online, why you're coming, who you're coming here to help, and why should they choose you,
Hmm.
because everyone else is just doing the same thing. Like the industry is almost saturated, but we are unique. We are very unique. And to any founders and coaches and anyone you might know who is a founder and coach and is posting consistently and not seeing his results, you can holler at me. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, just one more question, because before I answer Mohammed about his question about the software I use, do you
Yeah.
think today is the easiest day to start your own business?
Yeah. I totally think so, because like I was giving my story about my mother when she was laid off. She had to start from zero, and from zero at that time, I think it was in the 19th century or something like that. She
Mhm.
had to either go and what is it called? Like purchase a kiosk or something like that, or rent a kiosk, then buy products and like now start investing in the business. So this means she had to have like capital, like a lot of capital, or she would apply for jobs and hope to be hired again, which
Mhm.
works, but sometimes it doesn't work.
Yeah.
But right now you can start your own thing. Like people think that they don't know so much, so they cannot start something, but something I always want to encourage people is that we are all different. We are gifted different. We are talented differently. We have a different story. Like me, I have the story about my mother. I have the story about my 9 to 5. I have a story of being in a small village, and like it's like just mean he lives in a small town, but he's now known by everyone. He goes to Canada and all those things, and he has coached so many people because he showed up, because he didn't see his skill or his story as something small. And I think that's something people need to really think about. What you know I don't know, and what I know you don't know. So if I share it, you'll get to learn from it. If you share it, I get to learn from it. And that's how you show up, that's how you keep growing. You just need to believe in yourself.
I agree. Yeah, 100%. Okay, Mohammed, which software we are using? Restream, and it can stream simultaneously to several channels or platforms: YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, name it. It can do it, and it's great. So I haven't have an issue with it. It's really good.
All
Um,
right.
okay, so shall we wrap it and call it today?
Yeah, this was fun actually. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for joining and sharing all your knowledge. I was amazed. So really great talk. And have a good
Thank
night.
you.
Bye.
Thank you everyone for joining. Good night.